Patriots are signing former Green Bay Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs from Jordan Schultz.
Good signing.
Yeah, all right. Well, it's at least someone that people know.
Good signing. If he's one of two guys.
Every offseason brings a few surprising contracts, but the New England Patriots handing Romeo Doubs a deal worth up to $80 million quickly became one of the most debated moves of the week. When the news first broke, many fans and analysts were caught off guard. The Patriots had been linked to several bigger wide receiver names throughout free agency, and many expected them to pursue a more established star. Instead, they made a massive financial commitment to a player who, while talented, has not yet proven himself as a true elite receiver.
Romeo Doubs to the Patriots. Okay, I really like the player. I really do. And I love the way he plays. He's kind of digs light. He's a chain mover more than a big play guy.
The immediate reaction across the NFL world was mixed. Some analysts praised the Patriots for aggressively trying to improve their offense after several disappointing seasons. Others questioned whether Doubs was worth that kind of investment. After all, the wide receiver market is usually dominated by players with multiple thousand-yard seasons or proven top-tier production. For New England, however, the decision appears to be about potential as much as past performance. The Patriots know their offense needs a major reset. Over the past few seasons, their passing attack has struggled to produce explosive plays or consistent scoring. Without a reliable group of receivers, even talented quarterbacks can struggle to find rhythm. That is why the front office made such a bold move. By signing Doubs to a major contract, the Patriots are signaling that they believe he can develop into something more than what he has shown so far. They are betting that in the right system and with a bigger role, Doubs can become one of the key playmakers in their offense.
Patriots are signing former Green Bay Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs from Jordan Schultz.
Well, it's at least someone that people know.
Good signing. If he's one of two guys. If he's your number one, that's not good enough. But at least they have an answer there at receiver. I really like the player. I really do. And I love the way he plays. He's kind of digs light. He's a chain mover more than a big play guy.
Whether that gamble pays off remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. The moment this signing was announced, it became one of the most talked about storylines of the offseason. To understand why the Patriots made such an aggressive move, it is important to look at the struggles their offense has faced in recent seasons. For years, New England has lacked a true difference maker at wide receiver. While the team has cycled through several pass catchers, none have consistently emerged as a reliable top option capable of changing games. The result has been an offense that often looks limited and predictable. Without receivers who can stretch the field or create separation consistently, opposing defenses have been able to focus on shutting down other parts of the Patriots' attack. This has made it extremely difficult for the team to sustain drives or generate explosive plays.
The offside to that is that he's not
Needy.
headache. He's just sort of a quiet, hard-nosed, team first, doesn't say hardly anything or say the wrong thing kind of guy, which is refreshing at that position. You should like that.
The situation became even more urgent with the arrival of young quarterback Drake May. When a team invests heavily in a young quarterback, surrounding him with the right weapons becomes essential. Developing quarterbacks often rely on dependable receivers who can help them build confidence and rhythm. Without those targets, a young quarterback's development can stall. The Patriots clearly understand this challenge. If they want May to succeed and grow into a franchise quarterback, they need to provide him with better offensive support. That means improving the receiving core and giving him players who can consistently make plays down the field. Signing Romeo Doubs appears to be part of that strategy. The Patriots are not just adding another receiver to their roster, they are attempting to give their young quarterback a primary target who can become the centerpiece of the passing game.
And we do have our lead NFL insider, Jonathan Jones, joining us right now. So, JJ, what more can you tell us about Romeo Doubs agreeing to go to New England with his new team there?
Yeah, it had been a lot of talk the last day or so between the two sides on getting a deal done. I know the next question is going to be, what does this mean for the Patriots and A.J. Brown? this does not necessarily take the Patriots out of the running for A.J. Brown.
In many ways, this move reflects the organization's urgency. New England cannot afford to waste valuable years of development for its young quarterback. Adding offensive talent quickly has become a priority, and the Doubs signing represents their attempt to solve that problem. Romeo Doubs may not yet be a household name across the NFL, but he has quietly built a reputation as a dependable and hard-working receiver. During his time with the Green Bay Packers, Doubs showed flashes of impressive ability, particularly when it came to route running and making contested catches. One of his biggest strengths is his physical style of play. Doubs is known for fighting through coverage and making difficult catches in traffic. Quarterbacks often trust receivers who can win those kinds of battles, especially in crucial situations such as third downs or red zone opportunities. That reliability helped Doubs carve out a role within the Packers' offense.
And more breaking news out of the NFL, where the Patriots are signing wide receiver Romeo Doubs. That's the latest from our Jonathan Jones. Doubs spent the past 4 years with the Packers, leading the team with 55 catches for 724 yards and 6 touchdowns last season. Our Pete Prisco has him ranked as the number 27 free agent in this year's class.
Another aspect of Doubs' game that stands out is his versatility. He has lined up in multiple receiver positions and shown the ability to run a variety of routes. That flexibility can be valuable for offensive coordinators looking to create mismatches against opposing defenses. However, despite these strengths, Doubs has not yet produced the kind of elite numbers that typically justify a massive contract. While he has delivered several solid performances and important catches, he has not consistently been among the league's top statistical receivers. The moment the financial details of Romeo Doubs' contract became public, the discussion around the league intensified. An $80 million deal immediately places a player in a category usually reserved for established stars. That is why many analysts and fans began questioning whether Doubs had truly earned that level of investment. In the NFL, contracts often reflect both performance and market conditions. Teams sometimes pay a premium when the supply of available talent is limited. In this case, the Patriots may have felt pressure after missing out on several bigger receiver targets during free agency. When a team desperately needs help at a certain position, the price of available players can quickly rise. The Patriots' lack of offensive weapons likely forced them to act aggressively once Doubs became a realistic option. Waiting longer could have meant losing him to another team or entering the season with the same offensive problems. Still, the size of the contract raises an important question. Are the Patriots paying for what Doubs has already done or for what they believe he can become? If he develops into a true top receiver and produces at a high level, the contract may eventually look like a smart investment. But if his production remains inconsistent, the deal could quickly become a financial burden. Large contracts can limit a team's ability to spend money elsewhere on the roster, making the margin for error smaller. That is why the debate around this signing has been so intense. The Patriots are clearly taking a significant gamble, and in the NFL, big gambles can either transform a team's future or create long-term problems if they fail.
I think this is the complete opposite of what they did last year, right? With Justin Fields, blow the dice, see what we can hit, see if we can find a quarterback and maybe get hot and find the future of our franchise. This one, you want to steady the ship.
Correct.
Like, you want to calm things down a little bit. You bring in a seasoned veteran who is a consummate pro, who's going to be a great leader, a voice in that locker room. And I think there is a floor at what he brings at quarterback. And yes, it got ugly and there were a lot of turnovers last year. And there are some similarities. He had a young, talented running back in Ashton Genty. Now he gets Breece Hall. Yeah. But I do think he'll give them stability, which is what they drastically need. He's stayed healthy. He's pretty durable. I think this is a smart move for the Jets. And I think this is exactly what Aaron Glenn needs to kind of.
With the Patriots committing major money to Romeo Doubs, the spotlight naturally shifts to quarterback Drake May. When a team invests heavily in offensive weapons, it usually signals that they expect their quarterback to take a big step forward. The Patriots are clearly building their offense around May's development, and Doubs is expected to become one of his primary targets. For a young quarterback, having a reliable receiver can make a huge difference. Chemistry between a quarterback and his top receiver often becomes the foundation of a successful passing attack. If Doubs can consistently create separation, win contested catches, and provide a dependable option on critical downs, it will help May gain confidence and settle into his role as the leader of the offense. At the same time, expectations will rise quickly. Fans and analysts will closely watch how this partnership develops throughout the season. If the connection between May and Doubs works, the Patriots' offense could look far more dangerous. But if the production does not improve, questions about both the contract and the offensive direction will grow louder. The Patriots have been trying to rebuild their roster and identity since the end of their dominant era. Over the past few seasons, the team has struggled to find consistency on offense while attempting to develop a new generation of players. Signing Romeo Doubs to such a large contract shows that New England is trying to accelerate that rebuilding process. Rather than waiting several years to develop talent solely through the draft, the Patriots appear willing to spend money to bring in players they believe can contribute immediately. Doubs is expected to play a central role in that plan. By adding a receiver with potential upside, the team hopes to create a more dynamic passing game that can compete with modern NFL offenses. This move also suggests that the Patriots want to support their young quarterback as quickly as possible. Giving Drake May better targets could help the offense evolve faster and become more competitive in the short term. If the strategy works, New England could shorten its rebuilding timeline. If not, the contract could quickly become a costly reminder of how difficult rebuilding in the NFL can be. In the end, the Patriots' decision to invest up to $80 million in Romeo Doubs comes down to one simple question: will this gamble pay off? For New England, the move represents a clear belief that Doubs can become much more than the player he has been so far. The team is betting that with a larger role, more targets, and a fresh offensive system, Doubs can develop into a true top weapon. If that happens, the contract could eventually look like a smart investment. Doubs could become Drake May's favorite target and help stabilize the Patriots' passing game for years to come. But if his production does not match the price tag, the signing could quickly become one of the most criticized moves of the offseason. In the end, the truth will only be revealed on the field. The Patriots have taken their chance, and now the pressure is on Doubs to prove that New England's faith in him was justified.